purpose of the EPAAI is to have our students learn about advocacy in Europe and therefore have them have an edge in getting jobs in the market, because we're an interconnected world economically, politically, and the more students learn about what's happening in Brussels in terms of advocacy, the better it is for them.
I signed up for EPAAI to get the EU's perspective on lobbying and advocacy.
Day-to-day life is like going to a boot camp for the Marines. You get up very early in the morning and you're active all day, meeting speakers and moving throughout Brussels to meet them. And each day we meet the best people in particular areas, from the Commission, the Parliament, from business, from non-governmental organizations, reformers, others, to tell us about what they do in terms of advocacy and advocacy reform in Brussels.
I've learned a ton just in the past few days. The European system is fairly new. The EU started in 1951, so it's such a young institution that really has to bridge a lot of divides across a lot of cultural differences.
I still think it's really crazy to lobby for the EU as a whole, because even though it's often compared to the US is still only one country, it's one nation state, and the EU is lobbying on behalf of 24 nation states. And to me, the diversity of interests and needs and priorities is so diverse within a nation, let alone amongst multiple nations. I just think it's very interesting and complex.
Well, some of the craziest things I've learned is that the attitudes of the Europeans about lobbying in the United States are sort of distorted. They think it's all about money. Yeah, it can be about money in the United States, but it's also grassroots, coalition building, advertising, lots of different dimensions of lobbying. They think it's simply giving a campaign contribution and then people do what you want done.
DC and Brussels are cities that are very motivated to get things done. They're very fast-paced. They're very government-centric for obvious reasons.
The culture in Brussels is more of a culture of one-on-one relationships, the way it was here in the United States 50 years ago. Lobbying is building relationships here and there, but especially there.
DC is a very diverse city, but Brussels is an extremely diverse city. The different languages spoken, the different types of people that are here is really interesting. It's also just extremely old and beautiful.
Being here during the World Cup is a pretty unique and special experience. I've never been in Europe during the World Cup before, so just seeing all the different countries and fans of those countries while watching the games is a pretty amazing experience.
The biggest event I was looking forward to, honestly, was probably the Sunday dinner at Chez Leon, because it's where we all got together, got to speak to each other, and really understand why we were all there and get to know each other better.
It has been an unmitigated success, I'd say. I feel like I've learned a lot thus far, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 days.
It was so much fun to get to know everybody. We had such a great group, and Brussels is a really fun and amazing city.
EPAAI is a great way for our students that want to get into the advocacy field to have an edge compared to other students. They take the Public Affairs and Advocacy Institute here, they take survey research, a variety of other things, they take courses from the School of Communications. But the one thing that many people don't have from other schools is this international dimension. And the biggest trading partner with the United States is not China, it's Europe. And so related to that is a lot of advocacy. So we're giving our students a real advantage by taking this class.